Hi. So there's a lot of people out there who think that visiting a museum is boring or even unnecessary. But if there's one place who can change people's willingness to visit a museum, it's definitely Houston's Museum District. Here's a little history and some interesting facts about the Houston Museum District. It's the largest concentration of cultural institutions in the country. Here you'll find a collection of over 19 museums, each with its own specialty. So with all that being said, today would be a great day for me to discover the Houston Museum District and see for myself what all it has to offer. Some of the museums I plan on exploring are the Asian Society Texas Center, the Buffalo Soldiers National Museum, the Houston Center for Photography, and the Health Museum. Next, I need to pack my bag and make sure that I bring some essential items with me, like water, snacks, and of course, my film equipment. I also anticipate on doing a lot of walking, so it's probably a good idea if I wear some comfortable shoes. Okay, I'm all packed and ready to go. Okay, I'm on my way to the Houston Museum District and I'm actually excited. I'm looking forward to spending my afternoon checking out some of the exhibits. With that being said, I wanted to share with you guys some interesting facts that I found when I was researching earlier today. The first fact that I found was that I think it's the Houston Museum District Association. They were formed back in 1997 as a nonprofit organization. Another fun fact that I found that I wanted to share with everybody was that every year over 8.7 million people make their way to the Houston Museum District. That's an incredible, crazy number. 8.7 million people every year. And then another cool fact that I found out was that the Houston Museum District is made up of 4 walkable/bikeable zones. I think we're going to be spending most of our time today in zones 1 and 2. But yeah, that's really cool. They have it broken down into 4 walkable/bikeable zones. So I'm looking forward to checking it out. All right, see you there shortly. The first stop along my discovery tour is to the Asia Society Texas Center. The Asia Society Texas Center is an educational institution that celebrates the vibrant diversity of Asia. Some of the fields that I learned about were the arts, business, culture, education, and Asian policy. Next up is the Buffalo Soldiers National Museum. This was a fascinating place, and I learned a lot about African American military history. The next stop on my discovery tour is the Houston Center for Photography. The exhibition gallery is always free to the public, and today it featured some of the finest works of contemporary photography. Last but not least, but let me say this, I love interactive science. So the Health Museum is the next place I chose to explore. I got an up-close look with the human body, and as you can see, I had a great time visiting all the exhibits. As my discovery tour concludes, I want to make special mention that the museums I explored today are only some of the museums here in the Houston Museum District. Other cool places to explore include Contemporary Arts Museum Houston, the Czech Center Museum Houston, Diverse Works, Holocaust Museum Houston, Houston Center for Contemporary Craft, the Children's Museum Houston, Houston's Museum of Natural Science, Houston Zoo, the Jung Center of Houston, Lawndale Art Center, the Minnow Collection, Museum of African American Culture Center, Museum of Fine Arts, Moody Center for the Arts, and the Rathco Chapel. Just like with all my new discoveries, I always ask myself this question: what did I learn today? Well, for starters, I learned that museums are nowhere near boring. I mean, how can they be boring when you get a chance to visit places full of masterpieces, cutting-edge life sciences, history, and the latest contemporary artworks? Truth is, the Houston Museum District truly has something for everyone. If you're currently living in Houston, thinking about relocating, or simply planning a visit, I have everything that you need to know about this incredible city right here on my channel, Discovering Houston with Pierre Phillips. So hit the subscribe button, and I promise to keep you updated. Thanks for watching.